My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and the name I have to use is Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married Childers. I'm putting this up. I'm on YouTube, and because my phone was taken and they tried to destroy it and get my passwords on YouTube and Facebook, Google Plus, and all that, where a massive amount of videos were put up by me, where I put all this out, lay it out where you can't you know that it has to be true. It can be checked out too easily. This is the double that married Wallace Simpson. And this is Wallace Warfield Simpson, King Edward VIII. My dad was supposed to have abdicated and married her and became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, which is a lie. My dad was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe, of Madison, Wisconsin. And by the way, they made a 007. Well, it was, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Who played 007 Craig? Daniel Craig, for goodness sakes. It was made on Ghost Ranch. Georgia's land, she's dead, but it was made there, filmed there. Aliens and something. Anyway, I lived at Moonraker, by the way, to give you when I was doing the book, and before I could remember about being kidnapped, I lived at Moonraker, and the title of the book was A License to Kill, MD A License to Kill. This is my dad, Edward VIII, the real one, that his character, assassination, what they did to my dad and my mom, me, and my country, sick. Part of my own family helped the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, the Kennedys. Joe Kennedy was ambassador sent there by Roosevelt, another Jew. And the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers control your press, and there's a blackout on everything about me. So, and my dad. You don't think that's news that they took out the real king and he was married to my mom, an American? It's sick. And the crimes and the torture that have been done to me and my sons, Mark and Scott. I don't even know where they are. I live to see them again, but at the moment I'm just about dead. I have an immune disorder, and I can't be force-fed toxic fumes. That's what I'm allergic to, chemicals, mostly remodeling. And this has been done deliberately, controlling when I have a place to live. And I've even run to the forest when I could get a tent and go out there to try to get fresh air and feel better. It causes mass inflammation. If I inhale it, the whole thing is you can't inhale it. You have to get away from it. And if I'm living somewhere where it's deliberate and they won't fix it, then the only choice I have is to leave or be so sick that they haul me off anyway. So then the reverse of it is then you can turn it around. If you can't get an attorney or the law to work for me, then you can use it against me to make me look like, even though everybody here, I've lived here since October of '83, everybody around here knows what's been done to me and ongoing. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go to this, and if it sounds rambling, I'm pretty bad shape because suddenly after all these years, my doctor withdrew. The only thing, there's no cure for it other than you stay away from it and don't inhale it, is there's medicine for inflammation. And it causes, if it's ongoing, it causes mass deterioration of the bones, all your body. It can affect your organs, your kidneys and lungs, liver, heart, etc. So suddenly she has pulled that from me after all these years. So really, I have nothing to combat it right at the moment. She didn't replace it with anything, and I'm in pretty bad shape where I can hardly walk. So I'm going to quote what the state trooper said to me. He said, well, you can guess, don't ever let yourself be to where, like I have control of it. I wish to God I had a home. That's what I fought for. Don't ever let yourself get put in a nursing home, and because they can I can't run then. They can fix it so I can't run. So they can silence me that way right at the moment unless Great Britain or somebody steps in and stops it. Anyway, the thing is that Channel 7, all the media knows it. It's a blackout on all of it. They put up there, and it's almost like a slap in the face. They put up there about, it's a good thing. I cared for people very much. But when I get, anyway, let me just say this. It was a young girl, baby, and she is allergic to sunlight. And they ran a piece in Channel 7, and somebody saw it. And what they did, they got together and came in, and they tinted all the windows, and I don't know what all they did in the home, the child's home, the baby's home. And they even made tinted face mask type thing, like you put on a motorcycle rider, that kind of helmet, and tinted it so she could go out in the sun. And because she can't stand it, she's allergic to it. People, my point here is not that that was wrong. Don't get me wrong there. I was the most good-hearted, kind person. I have been slam dunked so many times. There's so many ways people could have helped me other than going along with it all, starving me and making me so. They knew about it all, so I'm just going to stop. They could have helped me in so many ways. They could have forced the media to have printed all this. So now then, I want to go back to, I'm just going to stop here and go back before this video doesn't go up. I was just going to tell about Larry Flynt. The shooting, they shot Mr. Flynt back in, while I was doing the book at Moonraker. And of course, Roger Moore came out. He's 007 later with Moonraker movie. And then Timothy Dalton, the only movie he made, he's 007, was A License to Kill. This is after my book, MD, A License to Kill. And I'm living at Moonraker Apartments in Marietta, and Larry Flynt shot. And the Mormon church owned it at that time. They had bought it from... not Playboy, what's the other one? Can't think, not Playboy, Hustler. What was the other one? I believe it's gone out of business now. But anyway, I'm going to put this in here. After they did all that to me, and I had a letter from the FBI, and he tried to do the book. And I'm just going to put this. They did a background check on me and the condition I was in. The Sheriff Patterson did in about middle May of 80. And I went to work for the District Attorney Fred Simpson, Madison County, Alabama, Huntsville, where the Space Center and the Marshall Space Flight Center, NASA, Redstone Command Center, all this big stuff, heavy stuff is out of Huntsville. So I went to work for him, and during that time, in the condition I was in, it was so hard to maintain and try to live and wonder if my kids were alive and try to work in the condition. You don't get over that. I should have died. They put antifreeze in me. Nobody's ever been held accountable or anything. But I was handed a Hustler magazine, and quite frankly, I was offended because I don't like pornography or anything like that. And I'm going to tell you this. I am so sad that Larry Flynt and Althea, because she died in May of 87, I guess. And I know her brother, their last name was Ryder. When I was out there, they were going to try to help me. And it's so sad. But anyway, I wanted to get back to while I'm in the district attorney's office working, I was handed a Hustler magazine. Well, I threw it in the dumpster. I'm sorry, Mr. Flynt. I mean, you turned out to be better than the whole friggin' bunch of them. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, the next time was that before or after? No, let me back up, okay, to earlier in... Okay, I left there. Okay, I'm right. I worked for, in 80, April Fool's Day, in the antifreeze. I worked for the district attorney. Okay, it's later. Okay, in 83. Okay, it was 83 early that year. I had been just put out on the road, couldn't get another job again. I'd worked in Huntsville for Doyle Duke, as in the Duke of Windsor, which was, you get the drift. It was done in patterns. My jobs. um, okay, ended up in Tampa, Florida, and I'm going to leave that out. I don't have enough room on my phone right at the moment to film or put it up on the video. But I worked at Tampa Hilton as secretary, and Maisie, who was the main secretary, I was the sales secretary, the second secretary. She was out of McLean, Virginia, CIA, and so was Bristol, the manager. And they had pictures of them. And Jimmy Carter's the good guy, probably the one good guy you've had in all.